I tasted the sweetness of the sauce, the savory flavor of the chicken, and a hint of garlic. I thought, oh, this is not so bad. This is delicious. But then, it happened. The spice hit me like a wave. The heat started at the back of my throat and spread all over my tongue. It was not a gentle warmth, it was a fire. My eyes went wide open. Gasp! My mouth felt like it was on fire. The spiciness was so powerful and it kept growing and growing. I quickly took a bite of a rice cake, thinking it might help. It was soft and chewy, which was a nice texture, but it was also soaked in that same lava sauce. So, it just added more fuel to the fire. I could feel my face getting hot and my cheeks turning red. Oh my gosh, I whispered to the camera, my voice a little shaky. I started making so many sounds. Phew! Hoo! Whoa! I was fanning my mouth with my hand, trying to cool it down. I took a big gulp of water, but it felt like it did nothing. The fire was still burning inside my mouth. I could feel beads of sweat forming on my forehead. My nose started to run a little bit. This is the true spicy challenge experience. Every chew released more and more heat. It was a very complex flavor, though. Behind the intense spice, I could still taste the yummy, sweet, and savory elements. It was a battle between pleasure and pain on my tongue. Even though it was so incredibly hot, I found myself reaching for another bite. It was strangely addictive. Why am I doing this? I laughed, shaking my head. I took a bite of the noodles next. Slurp! The noodles were slippery and also covered in the sauce. The spiciness was now everywhere. My lips were tingling and felt numb. I looked at myself in the camera's monitor and saw a girl with a red face, watery eyes, and a big, shocked smile. The lava was winning the fight, but I was not ready to give up just yet. This was a wild ride, and it had only just begun. The aftermath. After eating about half of the plate, I had to take a long break. My mouth felt like a furnace. The glass of milk that I had prepared was my best friend. Every sip was like a cool, soothing blanket for my tongue. The fire would go down for a moment, but then the heat would slowly start to creep back. Eating this dish was a real workout. I was sweating, my heart was racing, and I had to keep fanning myself. It was one of the hardest food challenges I have ever done. The level of spiciness was no joke. It was truly lava level. It pushed my limits for sure. So the big question is, was it worth it? Honestly, yes. It was a crazy, painful, and difficult experience, but it was also so much fun. The feeling of challenging myself and pushing through the heat was very rewarding. It was an adventure for my taste buds. There was a moment when I thought I could not take another bite, but then I did, and I felt so strong. Sharing this whole wild reaction with you guys, seeing my own funny faces on the screen, and just living in that intense moment was what made it all worth it. It was more than just eating. It was a memorable event. After the camera was off, the spicy feeling stayed with me for a while. My lips were plump and tingly for almost an hour. I felt so full and also very energized.